Are autoflowers worth it in 2025? What's up, everybody? Peace, peace. This is going to be a quick little video. Today's topic is going to be, are autoflowers worth it in 2025? I'll give you the short answer. Yes. I don't see why people are still debating autoflowers versus photos. At this point, you have to just go with whatever you want, number one, and go with what you can. When I first started growing, the first time I actually bought seeds myself was an autoflower, and I first purchased that was in 2018. And at that point, people were still debating whether or not autoflowers were good or not. Because when I first was learning about growing weed, which is when I was a lot younger, autoflowers were just known as lowriders, right? They were like ruderalis that was just really, really, really short because people were growing these things in their PC boxes, right? We used to gut these things out. That's what I started with. I gutted one out, and I actually put a Sweet Seeds Dark Devil Auto in there. And I'm probably going to rebuy that pack because I want to try it again now that I know what I'm doing. But even back then, they weren't that bad. The genetics were coming along around that time. This was 2018. Fast forward now to 2025, and you have a lot of companies that are dedicating, a lot of R&D to autoflowers. They're crossing it with genetics that are they're really trying to make autoflowers up to par with photoperids. Now, when I mean they've come a long way, you have a lot of breeders, bigger name breeders who are investing time and energy into autoflowers, so they're crossing it to good strains, good genetics. Number two, there's a lot more competitions for autoflowers, and autoflowers are being entered into more competitions, to the point where it seems like the judges can't tell the difference between an autoflower and a photoperiod. There also has been some mass commercial, like I know for a fact here in New York, I don't know what company it is, but there is a company that does a lot of autoflowers. They have like a whole farm of autoflowers, like a whole field. And of course, the goal behind that is quick turnaround. You don't have to wait for the light cycle to change. So I think that based on just the times that we're at, why wouldn't you experiment with some autoflowers? If you are just about to get into growing, I'm going to warn you, autoflowers can be easy, but they can be very difficult as well. You're going to hear that a lot as you journey into these YouTube videos that discuss growing and stuff like that. Autoflowers will definitely give you a run for your money because they can be fickle, they can stunt easily, and anything can trigger them to flower. So aside from not having control of your veg time and when you set them to flower, I mean, they can be set it and forget it if you have the right soil mixture, if you're keeping up with your watering, if your environment is on point. If you make it very easy for this plant to grow, it will grow on you, and I've seen some people get some really, really, really good results with autoflowers. So, I mean, stop listening to people on X, man. Fuck them bitter ass, old ass crybabies on X who complain about autoflowers and complain about everything. There's a lot of, good growers who say, hey, I don't touch those things, and that's fine. What works for you may not work for them. What works for them may not work for you. So you're never gonna know if you like them unless you try. So I don't know. I just want to throw my 2 cents into the whole autoflower debate, and I am gonna probably start shooting, looking around for some autoflowers that I want to grow alongside the Dark Devil Auto. I am going to try that again. That is a company who's been doing autoflowers for a long time, so I'm probably looking forward to see what else they have, what new genetics they have. But Dark Devil Auto was purple, man, beautiful purple, smelled like gas. I wish I would have had, kept those seeds around and not wasted them all, But, like I said, I just wanted to throw my 2 cents into the whole autoflower debacle debate thing. So yeah, in the short run, I say just try it. Do your research. A lot of companies that do autoflowers, and just pay attention to and look for what you want. That's the thing about shopping for seeds online. You're kind of based off of whatever the breeder is describing, if they even do that, because some really good breeders don't really have a lot of detailed descriptions about flower time and this and that and third. So just be mindful. I'm gonna do a whole other video on just like what I do when it comes to selecting seeds that we look at online. So be on the lookout for that. For now, just like, comment, subscribe. Let me know in the comments below, please. Do you enjoy autoflowers? What reputable breeders would you recommend for me and for other people who may be watching this video? What do you recommend for autoflowers? And if you don't recommend autoflowers, tell us why in the comments as well. I would like to know, people's reasons, other than not being able to control your veg time and not being able to clone. I should have mentioned that, because you can't clone autoflowers, but it is what it is. Let me know in the comments, man. Peace.